Happy Sentinels Tuesday, everybody! We are headed back to Project Moon Sentinels today to bring you a new villain. It is the Ordeals, which is a bit of an ordeal. The box says, while the job of the manager may sound simple, trying to contain the abnormalities and investigate them to get enough energy for the day, there are some abnormalities that are not able to be contained and always come each day. While the Sephira can help with the care of the abnormalities, the manager and his agents have to take direct action against the ordeals. This villain starts as a simple minion wave, but the longer the game goes, the more enemies will appear until one final boss comes. This deck is interesting in that it bears some resemblance to the Spire, if you remember that deck, and then it has 3 different quote-unquote bosses that you can fight. We have picked the God Delusion. Going through the ordeals are Dr. Metropolis, Lady of the Wood 2199, Reporter Alpha, and a new variant for Twilight Sparkle. This was made by our own Nezuchu. She has made some apocryphal variants for a couple of the pony heroes. I recognize the artist, but not the art, but I think, given that this is called Paragon of Pony Kind, it's Mass Effect related. And they'll be fighting in Castle Asylum. Haven't seen that in a long time. So, at the start of the game, put Ordeals into play, surviving the day side up, choose a Midnight villain, put all its cards under this card, remove the other Midnight villains and their cards from the game. That's what the purple bag is. At the start of the villain turn, if there are 12 or more tokens on this card, it flips. Whenever a card to be played from the villain deck, instead reveal the top X+1 cards of the villain deck, where X is half the tokens on this card rounded up, so at the very start it's just 1. Put all Dawn targets revealed this way into play, then put the first non-Dawn card revealed this way into play, shuffle the revealed cards into the villain deck, so whatever the first card is, it's going to get played. Whenever an ordeal target leaves play, which all of these are ordeals, put a token on this card. So, we just need to churn our way through some mooks until we get the bigger mooks. So, what's our first card? It's Process of Understanding. Oh yeah, and you may recognize some of these abnormalities from one of the decks. I know I recognize several of them in the test game. Reduce damage dealt to this card by 1. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals the hero the highest HP 0 melee damage 3 times. Each time no damage is dealt this way, destroy a hero ongoing or equipment card, then increase damage dealt by this card by 1. So what's going to happen is it hits Dr. Metropolis, or I'm sorry, it hits Alpha for nothing, and there's nothing for it to destroy. It increases the damage it deals by 1 and hits her for 2. That could be a lot worse. Dr. Metropolis will start off with a Panopticon Streetlight, and then Urbanly Renewal for a card draw and a card draw. Let's look at the top card of the environment. Yeah, that's bad. Discard that. Lady of the Wood will start off with Rain Petal Cloak, and we'll turn to play Summer, so her next damage is Fire. I can use a power, which on this one is draw a card. Draw a card. Alpha, what's Alpha? I think she'll start with Badger the Bloodied, and deal a target 2 reduced to 1 melee damage. And she is just going to be drawing a card and drawing a card. Twiggles. She's going to start with Want It, Need It. We got no books to destroy, but we can get rid of the damage reduction on that card. Her power is Omni Tool. Another hero may play a card. If an ongoing or equipment card is played this way, Twilight deals a target 1 lightning damage. If a device is played this way, she deals a target 3 lightning damage. So if somebody has an ongoing or equipment card to play, we can get some damage out. Sure, we'll have Alpha play Thrill of the Chase. Twilight will hit that for 1. Draw a card. The environment plays Dr. Nightmare. In the environment turn, this card deals all non-staff targets 1 toxic damage each. Your targets dealt damage this way, then deal themselves 1 psychic damage. Oh, cool. So everybody take 1 and 1. Alpha hits him back for 2, and then she heals 1, and then she hits herself for 1. Oh no. Lady of the Wood hits herself for 3 psychic damage. Oh wait, no, actually she doesn't. Hang on. She would be dealt 1 damage, so instead she regains a hit point, so she doesn't hit herself. And Process of Understanding takes 1 and hits itself for 2. That's what you get for increasing the damage you deal. That's it for the environment turn. We still have no tokens, so we just play the top card of the villain deck. Is a Breach, ongoing. Ordeal cards gain the abnormality keyword. Not useful in this fight, but clearly you can see where the synergy is with the environment decks. The first time each turn an abnormality card enters play, it deals each non-abnormality target 1 melee damage. Process of Understanding is going to hit the highest for 1, 1, and 1. Hey, that's going to be Tabitha. She hits it back for 2 and kills it. That's our first token. That's the villain turn, which means we have nothing to beat on except for the environment right now, but that's okay. Lively Infrastructure. Draw 3 cards, a No-Way Street, and then heal that Streetlight and draw 2 cards. Top card of the environment deck. That's probably not good. Let's discard it. Hits itself for 1, and then No Way Street hits the Doctor for 1 and 1 and hits itself for 1. Okay, Lady of the Wood doesn't have a whole lot to do. If I use her base power, she's just going to destroy Summer and play Summer, so we'll just use Rain Petal Cloak and draw a card and draw a card. I think it's time for an Aspect. Ferocious Slash. We get Lupine Senses. Cool. And she deals a target 2 melee damage. That's Dr. Nightmare. And she heals 1. I will Use her base power, draw a card. I like Lupine Census, so let's keep it, draw another card. Twilight's gonna use some dark magic and deal him 3 infernal damage and deal herself 1 infernal damage. And then with her power, if somebody can play an ongoing equipment card, we can take the Doctor out. We'll have Lady of the Wood play Thundergrey Shawl. Twilight deals all lightning damage and drops Dr. Nightmare. Draw a card. Castle Asylum plays an Asylum Guard. And the returns card deals non-staff target, lowest HP, 2 lightning damage. Target dealt damage this way cannot deal damage until the start of the environment turn. The lowest is the Panopticon Streetlight, and that is taken out. Alright, now we have a token, so that rounds up to 1 token plus 1 reveal the top 2 cards of the deck. That's not a Dawn card, so it goes into play, and the other one goes back in the deck. Where to reach? Ordeal Green Dusk. Reduce damage dealt to this card by 2. At the end of the villain turn, reveal cards on the top of the villain deck until the green card is revealed. Put it into play, shuffle the other revealed cards into the villain deck. If no card enters play this way, destroy a hero, ongoing, or equipment card and shuffle the villain trash into the villain deck. So that's going to be a little tough to take out. Oh yes, and an abnormality card entered play, so everybody else take 1 melee damage. Alpha tries to hit it back and cannot. Lady of the Wood soaks it. Let's get ourselves a green card. Doubt. Whenever this card deals damage to a hero target, its player destroys one of their ongoing or equipment cards. End of the villain turn, this card deals the hero of the player with the most cards and play 2 melee damage. It's going to be Lady of the Wood. Destroy Ability of Dusk, because I got another one. Alright, we got our work cut out for us. Would you kindly get something useful, sir? Actually, no, we can use the Lamplight Lasso. End of turn, heal that, draw 2 cards. The No Way Street is going to go after the guard, and then Lamplight Lasso will stop Doubt from dealing damage, so we don't have to concentrate on it. Lady of the Wood will play Nobility of Dusk. Ah, yes. That doesn't help. Lady of the Wood is just going to use Thundergrey Shawl's power. We 2 targets, first 1 target, 1 fire damage, and then 1 target, 1 lightning damage, and the fire damage comes 3 fire damage. You know what, I think I'll use that. Take out the guard, and then the 1 irreducible lightning damage can hit the ordeal, draw a card. Alright, let's reveal the top card of a deck. Fruit of Understanding. This one I remember very well from the environment. Reduce damage dealt to this card 2-1. And the villain turn, if this card didn't enter play this turn, it deals each other non-ordeal target X melee damage, or X is this card's current HP, then destroy this card. We'll discard that. I think for the sake of dealing damage, Alpha's going to hamstring Where to Reach, even though that won't, it doesn't deal damage, so it doesn't matter. Then we use the power on Thrill of the Chase, search my deck and trash for an aspect, put into play, shuffle my trash into my deck, and destroy this card. I'm going to go grab Eyes for the Hunt, and that way she might actually be able to deal that thing damage on the regular. Okay, neat. Or we could just erase it. We will destroy this. That is a token. It had 6 HP, so Twilight hits herself for 3. Who's got a card they want to play? Probably Dr. Metropolis. We'll let Alpha play Thrill of the Chase again. She'll hit this for 1. Draw a card. Castle Asylum, the only sane man. This card is immune to damage from heroes. And then when return reveal the top card of a deck, you may either return it to the top of its deck or discard it. And this card deals itself or the hero target with lowest HP, X psychic damage, or X the number of environment cards in play. Let's reveal the top card of the environment deck. Yeah, we'll discard that. And we could take a psychic damage. Yeah, No Way Street will take that. That's no problem. Okay, half of this is 1, rounded up is 2. We've got a Dawn card. Cheers for the start. This card leaves play. The environment deals each target 1 fire damage. End of the villain turn, reveal the top card of the environment deck. If it's a target, put it into play, otherwise discard it. And we also get the first non-ordeal target, which is Rampage. Each ordeal target, oh wait, that's right. Also, the breach goes off. Each non-abnormality target takes 1 melee damage. But you know what happens is it hits Alpha and she takes it out, so everybody take 1 fire damage instead. Except for Lady of the Wood, she heals 1. That's a token. Then the Rampage goes off. Each ordeal target deals the hero with the highest HP 1 irreducible melee damage. That's literally this, and it can't deal damage. If less than H damage was dealt this way, it was. Reveal cards from the top of the villain deck until a target's revealed, put into play, shuffle the other revealed cards into the villain deck. So we get to target. It is another cheers for the start. So now we can do that all over again. Reveal the top card of the environment deck. Inmate, he goes into play. Start the environment turn, each player may draw a card. First time each turn this card is dealt damage, all players must discard a card from their hand. Well, that's not very nice. Okay, Doubt can deal damage again at the start of Dr. Metropolis' turn. Let's do some aggressive recycling. Get rid of that inmate. He'll do 3 damage to Doubt to take it out for a token, and then he will take out Cheers for the Start. Everybody take 1 fire damage, and we get a token. Could be worse. Alright, heal some stuff, draw some cards. No Way Street's going to take itself out, unfortunately. I got no use for it right now, because this guy is immune to it. And Lamplight Lasso will stop itself from dealing damage. Now we actually have nothing to do. Lady will meta rush, draw a card, search for season. Let's grab Fall. And I may as well go ahead and play it. And then we'll use Rain Petal Cloak to draw a card. And draw a card. Start of turn, Alpha will look at... That's not bad. Let's replace that and draw a card. Boy, do I have a lot of don't want to play stuff. I'm going to play Silver Bindings. We'll destroy Lupine Senses. In fact, you know what? I can just use the power on that. Go get myself another aspect. Trade out for Powerful Frame. Now she's in a good position. Draw a card. Twilight Sparkle. You can fail safe spell and get rid of that ongoing card. That helps. Who would like to play a card? Oh, Dr. Metropolis would like to play location, location, location. This guy is immune to hero damage. Draw a card. Castle Asylum plays another guard. Reveal the top card of a deck. Well, we already know what the villain deck is. Let's look at the environment again. Discard that. And he's going to deal himself 1 psychic damage, and the guard is going to take him out. Alright, we got 5 tokens, so that rounds up to 3 plus 1. Reveal the top 4 cards of the deck. That's a Dawn. That's not. That's not. That's not. So our Dawn target is Complete Food. This card can regain HP above its max HP. Whenever this card deals damage, it regains that much HP. End of the villain turn, this card deals a non-ordeal target with the highest HP 2 melee damage. And then our non-Dawn card is Dawnbreaker. End of the villain turn, reveal the top card of the villain deck. If it's a target, put it into play. Otherwise, shuffle it into the villain deck and play the top card of the environment deck. Wow, okay. So, Complete Food is going to hit Dr. Metropolis for 2 and heal 2. Now let's reveal the top card of the villain deck. It's Cheers for the Start. That reveals the top card of the environment deck, which is an X Orderly. First time each turn this card is dealt damage, each target other than this card deals itself 2 psychic damage. That's unfortunate. That'll take out Cheers for the Start, though. Okay, Dr. Metropolis can start getting serious. I'm sad I used the aggressive recycling already. Control Demolition. Actually, I'm going to use that to get rid of the Orderly. Draw a card. Let's stop the guard from dealing damage. Boop. Lady of the Wood will play Spring. I'm going to go ahead and use her base power, destroy Summer, play Summer. Her next damage is Fire. Then we'll use Thundergrey Shawl. She'll deal a target 1 lightning, make that 2, 3, 4, 5 fire damage to Complete Food. And then her second one will go to Cheers for the Start for 1. Draw a card. Let's maintain control. I won't return any aspects from play to my hand. I will draw 2 cards. There are not 3 or more aspects in place. Another hero regains a hit point and draws a card. That'll be Twilight. She needs both. And with her power, draw a card and draw a card. That's it. Twilight will make a letter to the princess. I'm going to get Smarty Pants with that. Shuffle the deck. I can play a card, Letter to the Princess. And I'll play Predictions of Prophecies. And then with her power, we'll use that to play Haycart's Method. For each book in play, she can deal a target 2 melee damage, and she deals a target 2 melee damage. Let's take out Complete Food for a token, and Cheers for the Start for another token, and 1 fire damage to everybody, except for Lady of the Wood. Oh wait, actually Alpha soaks it too. You know, I actually didn't have to hit them both. I could do 2 damage to the guard instead, because that 1 damage would take out the Perfect Food also. Draw a card. Castle Asylum plays Operating Room. Increase all damage dealt by 1. Oh my. Start of the environment. Turn all hero targets deal themselves 1 psychic damage, and all players may discard any number of cards in their hands. If more than 6 cards are discarded this way, destroy this card. Okay, that's it. Alright, 3.5 rounds up to 4, so we reveal the top 5 cards. Not Dawn, not Dawn, not Dawn, Dawn. So we got a Fruit of Understanding and a Rampage, which means it's going to hit the highest for 1. That's Alpha, because it's irreducible. She hits it back for 1, because it's reduced to 1, and she heals 1. That's less than H damage, so we get another target. Food Chain. This card can regain HP above its max. Whenever an amber target deals damage, this card regains a hit point. End of the villain turn, search the villain deck and trash for all copies of Complete Food, put them into play. If the villain deck is searched this way, shuffle it. Alright, so, reveal the top card of the villain deck. That's target. Goes into play. Great Love for Us. At the end of each turn, this card deals each non-ordeal target 1 melee damage, and it deals itself 1 melee damage. That's all 2 now. Fruit of Understanding does not blow up yet. Food Chain gets us all of the Complete Food. Alright, everybody except the villain targets take 2 melee damage, and then that takes 2 melee damage. That takes out the guard, and the Lamplight Lasso. Alright, and the foods are dealing 3 melee damage, healing 3, and Food Chain heals 1, so that's healing 3. A lot of healing. They hit Alpha for 2. Okay, so first one's only 2. Dr. Metropolis for 3, and Alpha for 2. So it could be worse. Alright, we have a lot of stuff to do. Lamplight Lasso. Location, location, location. Well, I got a Carrying Crane. That's fine. Draw a card, and then unfortunately, Great Love for Us goes off first. Everybody take 2. Alpha takes 1 and hits it back for 3 and heals 1. It hits itself for 2, which means we can actually take it out pretty easily, so I won't worry about it. Lamplight Lasso will Stop the Fruit of Understanding from dealing damage. Carrion Crane's doing 2, 3, 4. Let's hit Food Chain. And it hits itself. It takes itself out, actually. Enchanted Clearing. Thundergray Shawl will do a damage to Great Love for us. That's a token. We're most of the way there. And then second hit, let's increase that to 3 against the Food Chain. Draw a card. High Alpha's going to play Rip and Tear and use it. Going to do 3 and 3 to Food Chain, taking it out. That's a token. She heals 1, draw a card. Actually, she heals 2. Twilight will play Smarty Pants. Anybody got something they want to play? Yeah, Dr. Metropolis could play Man About Town, so she can do 2 lightning damage to something. Let's have that be Fruit of Understanding. Draw a card. These guys are going to take some chewing through, but yeah. End of turn, either draw a card or she heals 1. I'm going to draw a card. Alright, everybody deal yourself 1 psychic damage, make that 2, and then we gotta discard cards. Lady of the Wood hits herself for 1 and actually heals 1. Lamplight Lasso takes itself out. We need to discard 7 cards. Destroy that card. Instead, we get Solitary Confinement. When 3 runners play, put it next to the character card with the lowest HP. Oh darn. That's either Dr. Metropolis or Twilight. If it's a hero, they cannot affect or be affected by any cards or effects from another hero deck. And the this card is next to deals or is dealt damage, it's redirected to this card. Okay, we'll throw that on Dr. Metropolis and he can get rid of it on his turn. It's fine. Start of turn, this rounds up to 5, plus 1 is 6. Not Dawn, not Dawn, not Dawn, not Dawn. 5, that's Dawn. 6. So once again, we only get 2 cards. We got a Doubt, and we also got a Sweeper. Reduce damage dealt to this card to 1. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals the X non-ordeal target's lowest HP 2 melee damage, where X is this card's current HP. Then if a target is destroyed this way, restore this card to full HP, otherwise it deals itself 1 energy damage. End of turn, reveal the top card. That's an ongoing card. So shuffle it and play the top card of the environment deck. It's an inmate. Fruit of Understanding does not go off, but it does destroy itself, helpfully. That's a token. We need 2 more, and we have lots to choose from. The foods are doing 2 damage. First one hits Alpha for 1. It heals 1. She hits it back for 3. She heals 1. Second one hits Alpha for 1. Third one hits Alpha for 1. Sweeper sitting the 4 non-ordeals with the lowest HP 2 melee damage. Well, as unfortunately this inmate, the room, Twilight, and Dr. Metropolis. So everybody's going to have to discard a card. And Doubt hits the most cards in play, that's Lady of the Wood. For 2, reduced to 1, she heals 1. She doesn't have to destroy any of her stuff. Okay, Dr. Metropolis is going to play Predatory Intersection, and then use Controlled Demolition to get rid of Solitary Confinement. Draw a card. Oh yeah, and the Sweeper hit itself for 1. End of turn, we'll have the Predatory Intersection hit the food for 3 and itself for 1. I'm going to play Rebirth. Power. Thundergray Shawl. First hit will take out the complete food. That's a token, and I throw one of those cards in her hand. Second hit I can increase by 2. Let's have it be Doubt. Draw a card. That reduces damage it deals by 1. Alpha will Fatal Feast. Take out Doubt. That's our last token. She regains 2 HP. And we don't get another aspect. Oh, and she heals 1. Power, Rip and Tear. She'll hit the Sweeper for 1 and 1, and heal 1 and draw a card. Twilight will play Golden Oak's Library. Let's use her power to have somebody set up a little bit. Dr. Metropolis will play Lively Infrastructure. And off of that, I guess, an Animated Asphalt. Bit of a cushion for lowest, I suppose. Draw a card. Everybody can draw a card. Castle Asylum plays another Asylum inmate. That's an issue. Okay, we've got 12 tokens. This flips to end of the day. When flipped to this side, remove all non-character villain cards in play, the villain deck, and the villain trash from the game. Put each villain character card under this card into play, shuffle its cards in the villain deck, follow its setup text. Whenever a character midnight card would be destroyed, flip it instead, and when there are no midnight targets in play, your shift is over and the heroes win. So, first thing we do is gather these up, because we're going to look at the rest of the deck later, duh. And then the God Delusion has 4 villain character cards, interestingly enough. We've got the Black Shrine, the Pale Shrine, the Red Shrine, and the White Shrine. They're all very similar. This is immune to infernal damage, and at the end of the villain turn, destroy a hero ongoing or equipment card. Pale Shrine is immune to radiant damage, not a problem with this fight. End of the villain turn, the lowest HP villain target regains 2 HP. Red Shrine is immune to melee damage. End of the villain turn, this card deals each hero target 1 melee damage. And the White Shrine is immune to psychic damage. End of the villain turn, deals the hero with the highest HP 2 psychic damage. And that's literally it. That's There's no extra setup. They just play one card around and do some stuff. That being said, let's play that card. Red Hand, one-shot limb. Red Shrine deals the 2 targets with the highest HP 2 melee damage. Increase damage dealt to targets dealt damage this way by 1 to the end of the next villain turn. If no damage is dealt this way, play the top card of the environment deck. So the 2 highest are Alpha and one of the other shrines, interestingly enough. So this hits her for 1. She can't hit it back because it's immune to damage. We'll have it hit the black shrine for 2. Not that that matters too much. To destroy one of our cards. How about Man About Town? Because I was forgetting that it was even in play. Pale Shrine heals it up to full. Everybody take 1 melee damage. Unless you're Lady of the Wood, of course. Or Alpha, she soaks it. And then the White Shrine hits Alpha for 1 psychic damage. So, could be worse. Dr. Metropolis will go for some aggressive recycling. Let's shuffle one of these guys into the deck. Not that there's much deck left. And hit first 3 shrines for 3 projectile damage each. Power, controlled demolition, let's get rid of the inmate. Draw a card. Predatory intersection will go after the black shrine. And animated asphalt is dealing melee damage, so it hits everything but the red one. Lady of the Wood plays Winter, Thunder Gray Shawl. Now, admittedly, it would behoove me to use this on the black and the white. But I want to get rid of the red and the white, but I want to get rid of the black first. I think we'll use Nobility of Dusk to hit the black shrine for 3 lightning damage, reducing its damage dealt by 1, and 1 lightning damage to the red shrine, also reducing its damage by 1. Draw a card. I should have actually just destroyed Rebirth because she's not going to be destroying any more targets, really. Oh well. Nothing happens for Alpha. Lycanthropic Frenzy. She deals target 3 melee damage. How about the black shrine? Deals a target other than itself with the highest HP 4 melee damage. There's the white shrine. She heals 1. There are not 3 more aspects in play. Rip and Tear. 4 damage to the black shrine. She heals 1. Draw a card. Litter the Princess. Spike. Scary werewolf lady. Please do not eat my #1 assistant. I will use the book to play Haykart's method. Actually, she can take out the black shrine with that. So it flips, and at the end of the villain turn, it activates another one of the shrine's end of turn effects. Draw a card. Then she will heal 1, and we'll have Spike hit the Pale Shrine for 2. Castle Asylum plays a Repeat Patient. When this card is destroyed, first this card deals all targets with itself 2 melee damage each, then shuffle it into the environment deck. Good thing we have Controlled Demolition, and we can ignore that. The God Delusion plays Uncanny Nature. Whenever a shrine takes damage, it becomes immune to that damage of that type until the start of the villain turn. Oh, well, heck. That's unpleasant. Alright, Black Shrine will make the Red Shrine do its thing and deal no damage. Pale Shrine heals itself, the Red Shrine deals no damage, and the White Shrine hits Alpha for 2, reduced to 1, she hits it back for 3, it's immune to melee damage. She heals 1. Well, the more things I deal melee damage, the worse things are going to get for Alpha. Actually, this deals damage. Doesn't matter what I do, Alpha's not going to be able to deal damage to these by the time her turn comes around. I'm going to do from Concrete Born. We will select this animated asphalt, heal Dr. Metropolis for 4, and destroy that. And then location, location, location. I got another animated asphalt, so that didn't work. Draw a card. Predatory Intersection hits Pale Shrine, it's immune to projectile damage. The second one hits the White Shrine, it's immune to projectile damage. And the animated asphalt just hits the Pale Shrine for 1, so they're all immune to melee damage. Pale and White are immune to projectile damage. Fun. Frost on the Petals. She'll deal a target 3 toxic damage. Pale Shrine's immune to toxic damage. She heals 3. She's back to full. Power, Thunder Gray Shawl. 3 lightning damage to the Pale Shrine. 1 to the Red Shrine. They're both immune to lightning damage. Draw a card. Alpha's going to skip and draw 2. Actually, you know what? She doesn't have to do that. She's going to Fatal Feast. She will hit the patient for 2 irreducible melee damage. Heal 1. Heal 2. And then destroy him. Dr. Metropolis hits himself for 2, and we ignore the card text. And she gets another aspect, Fangs and Claws. Now we're going to use her base power, draw a card. We will put Fangs and Claws on the bottom of our deck, reveal the top 2 cards of the villain deck, and replace them in any order. Don't like either of them. Draw a card. It's time for the Element of Magic. I'm going to use that and hit the Pale Shrine for 1. It's immune to energy damage. Draw a card. And then she will draw a card, and Spike will hit the Pale Shrine for 2. And now it's immune to fire damage. Castle Asylum plays an inmate. Go figure. Alright, all the immunities are done, and they play another Red Hand. Red Shrine's hitting the 2 targets at the highest for 1 melee damage each. So Alpha soaks it, Lady of the Woods soaks it. Play the top card of the environment deck. Twisting Asylum Hallways. The first time each turn damage is dealt, discard the top card of the environment deck. If it was a room, rewrite that damage to the highest HP target from the same deck as the source of the damage, and return the discarded card to the top of the environment deck and destroy this card. This card is destroyed, play the top card of the environment deck. Alright, we're going to have Red Shrine do its thing. It does no damage. Pale Shrine heals itself. Red Shrine deals no damage. White Shrine hits the highest for 2. That is, go figure, Alpha, she takes 1. She hits it back for 3 melee damage. Oh wait, no she doesn't, because first we discard the top card of the environment deck. It is not a room, so the damage gets through. So yeah, she hits it back for 3 melee damage. She heals 1, it's immune to melee damage. Let's play No Way Street. Controlled Demolition, drop the inmate. And draw a card. Okay, predatory intersections, doing projectile damage. First one hits the Pale Shrine, second one hits the White Shrine. They're both immune to projectile damage. Animated Asphalt hits the Pale Shrine for 1. They're all immune to melee damage. No Way Street will take out the Pale Shrine. It, by the way, has the same gameplay text as the Black Shrine. They all do. Okay, Dr. Metropolis doing work. Also one of those should have discarded a card. It was in fact a room. It was the 3 damage to the White Shrine. It gets redirected to Dr. Metropolis. Destroy this card and play the card that was discarded. Electroshock Therapy. Whenever a hero card is played, this card deals the hero that card belonged to 2 lightning damage. End of a player's turn. The card may deal 3 lightning damage to their hero. If they take damage, this way destroy this card. Well, that's no fun. That sucks. On the upside, Lady of the Wood doesn't have any cards I want to play. Alright, so Lady of the Wood's going to skip her play phase. She will do 3 lightning damage to the White Shrine, reducing its damage by 1. 1 lightning damage to the Red Shrine, reducing its damage by 1. They're both immune to lightning damage. Draw a card. She will take 3, reduce to 2 lightning damage, and destroy that card. Oh, never mind, they're immune to melee damage. She skips to draw 2. Oh, and gets a full moon. Shovel trash into deck, destroy silver bindings, and we get an aspect. It's Insatiable Hunger, the worst one. So end of turn, she hits the target with the lowest HP for 2 melee damage 3 times. I could have her take out these locations, or she could just wail away on the White Shrine doing absolutely nothing. We're going to go with that option. Twinkle Sprinkle, Friendship Castle, destroy Golden Oak's library, and use a power. We're going to summon Alicorn Wings. Power 1, she's going to do 1 energy damage to the White Shrine. Power 2, gee, they're immune to lightning damage, and that's her base power's damage type. Oh, power 2, let's play a failsafe spell with the book. Get rid of Uncanny Nature, so now we don't have to worry about those immunities anymore. Draw a card, draw another card with Smarty Pants. Spike will take out the White Shrine. 1 to go, and Alpha's going to be no help. Castle Asylum. It's an inmate. Alright, we're down to just the Red Shrine. Its damage is nerfed. It's not going to be doing a whole lot. Pale Eye. Ongoing Limb. First time each turn, each hero target deals damage to any villain target. Pale Shrine deals the source of that damage to irreducible radiant damage. Pale Shrine's not here, unfortunately, so it'll be the environment dealing the source of that damage 1 radiant damage instead. And that's just there until we can get rid of it on Twilight's turn. Pale Shrine does nothing 4 times. It deals no damage. At least we can hurt it. Speaking of, I'm going to play Lamplight Lasso. We will destroy the Asylum Inmate, draw a card. Okay, Predatory Intersection hits that for 3, takes the radiant damage, hits itself for 1. Animated Asphalt can't deal any damage, so it just hits itself for 1. No Way Street hits the Red Shrine for 1, takes 1 and 1. Red Shrine does not hit itself because its damage is reduced. Lamplight Lasso stops itself from dealing damage. Hey, Snowshade Gown. Thundergray Shawl, 3 lightning damage to the Red Shrine. The environment hits her for no radiant damage. Draw a card. Start of turn. Destroy a target with 2 or fewer HP. Oh, hey, there actually is one. Goodbye, Animated Asphalt. You weren't helpful. She's over here chewing on the asphalt like a maniac. Just in case, I'm going to play Blood-Curdling Hell. It's going to use her base power, draw a card, get rid of Insatiable Hunger, and check the top 2 cards of the villain deck since we went through the last 2 I looked at. It's a Red Hand and a Limbs of Faith. Start of the villain turn, reveal the top card of the villain deck. If it's a limb card, put it into play. Otherwise, replace it and each villain target gains 2 HP. I like that better. Then on top, draw a card. End of turn, she takes out the Predatory Intersection, takes out the No Way Street, and she hits the Lamplight Lasso for 2. Alright, Twilight, can you finish things off? Let's play 1 Need It and increase damage dealt to the Red Shrine by 1. Power 1, Book, play Dark Magic. She hits it for 4, gets hit for 1, and then she hits herself for 1. Power 2, Element of Magic, hits the Red Shrine for 2. Draw a card. End of turn, she will heal 1. And Spike will take out the Red Shrine, beating the game for us. What a cool and crazy game that was. Let's take a look at the rest of this version of the deck, and then we'll take a look at the rest of the main deck, and we will leave the other 2 bosses for future appearances. Black Spike, 1 shot, Limb. Black Shrine deals the H-2 targets with the highest HP 2 infernal damage. Destroy an ongoing equipment card belonging to each hero target dealt damage this way. If no damage is dealt this way, each player discards a card. White Tentacle, one-shot limb. The White Shrine deals the hero with the highest HP, H-2 psychic damage. If White Shrine dealt damage this way, reduce damage dealt to villain targets by 1 till the end of the next environment turn. Otherwise, the villain target with the highest HP deals the hero with the highest HP 4 melee damage. Enemy of the Faith. Each villain target deals the hero with the highest HP 2 melee damage. If less than H damage is dealt this way, play the top card of the villain deck. The Faith of the Chosen. Increase damage dealt by the villain target with the highest HP by 1. Reduce damage dealt to the villain target with the lowest HP by 1. As for the main deck, we've got a Cliffoth Meltdown. First time each turn a target is destroyed, reveal the cards from the top of the villain deck until the target is revealed, put it into play, and shuffle the other revealed cards into the villain deck. Harmony of Skin. When this card is destroyed, search the villain deck and transfer all copies of Cheers for the Start and put them into play. If the villain deck is searched this way, shuffle it. At the end of the villain turn, play the top card of the environment deck, then destroy the oldest non-ordeal environment card in play. And Struggle of the Peak. When this card is destroyed, search the villain deck and transfer Harmony of Skin and put it into play. If the villain deck is searched this way, shuffle it. At the end of the villain turn, each player may discard a card. For each player that did not discard a card this way, play the top card of the environment deck. So there's a nice little chain of destroying and summoning stuff there. We actually saw most of the deck. So that is one aspect of the Ordeals. That was honestly an extremely fun game. This was a fun team to play. This is a fun villain to fight. You can find the Ordeals on Project Moon Sentinels. You can find Twilight Sparkle on Walker's Workbench, and you can find Twilight Sparkle Paragon of Ponykind on the Pits Vault, and Castle Asylum you can find on Geno9999's Sentinels Homebrew Compendium. As always, thank you for watching. Thanks everybody for coming to chat. It was a pleasure to have you. Tabletop Simulator, Revis and Colin DLC, Project Moon Sentinels, Walker's Workbench, the Pits Vault, and Geno9999's Sentinels Compendium are not licensed great games products. Please support the official release and flip.